Good morning, everyone. I hope you are having a fantastic day. My name is Kobe Rex, and I wanted to do this presentation. It's a Q1 2025 mortgage market review. So, as you know, I do mortgage updates every week. I love being here live with you and providing you updated information and then doing trainings periodically. Normally today, I had promised that I was going to be doing a training on some of the ways to use points in buy downs. I'm actually postponing that to next week because today I wanted to cement this into the record and let you know where things are at. So let's get straight into the numbers. Okay, that's not what I want. That is what I want. Okay, so average rates, Redfin, 30-year right in 6.75, 15-year under 6, FHA, VA hovering around 6. Let's go real quick and let's look and see what the quarter did. So remember, we had this really important thing with the inauguration that happened early January. So right before the inauguration, we had a little blip up. And then pretty much throughout the whole quarter, we've stayed underneath 7. We had one little blip in the beginning of February that pushed us back over 7. And we had a little bit of a dip that, honestly, the last few weeks we've been thinking, oh, we're going to really see a drop in rates. That actually went the other way. So we're pretty much right in line with some of the, probably in the better parts leaving the quarter. We're definitely better. We were over 7 coming into the year. So leaving the quarter a little bit under 7 is a little bit better. Definitely saw some troughs that were even better than that. So let's go real quick and let's look at the 10-year Treasury, which is where we get a lot of our data. So let's look. As we saw, if we map the 10-year Treasury, it got the worst right before the inauguration. And basically right now we're hovering in this little pattern that is still better than most of the time that we had. But at the same time, the last week definitely has not been as favorable. So let's go in and look at some market trends. So I want to actually back this out. Let's go a year in the past. So a year ago, we're going to go a full year ago. Okay. So last time, so if we look at interest rates compared to the year prior, we're still just a little bit higher than they were about a year ago. So we definitely had some times last year between July and October that were really low, but our rates are still comparable to where they were about a year ago. You're probably seeing a little bit more inventory in market now, which is giving you a little bit more buying power. I definitely know that, especially 3 years ago, it was kind of crazy to even think that you would be getting like seller concessions, whereas I'm seeing so many different offers right now. I heard one yesterday was a full price offer, was asking for 3% for the commission for the buyer's agent and also asking for 6% in seller concessions. So basically, they're not really giving you a full price offer. They're actually really giving you a 9% under your ask price list. So there's a little bit of weirdness going on in the market. Okay, let's go back to some stats brought to you by one of the big providers in the area. Okay, so I wanted to back out real quick. Let's do a 5-year look. Okay, so at the beginning of my chart on the left, we're looking pretty much at the beginning of COVID. So we went from, at the beginning of COVID, that's kind of crazy if we look at it. We went from nearly 240,000 on the average home price all the way up to the median, all the way up to 348,000. So we did have this little externality right in the middle of 2022 where we did see a slight decrease. But man, that was almost like straight up increase in home values during COVID. So let's go to the 1 year. So a lot of people keep hearing is that, oh, we're still expecting the home prices are going to go down. So I think it's interesting because median still is going up. Let's look real quick. And then if we look at one of the things that's nice, though, if you're looking at this stat, is that if you're a borrower, 24.6% of sales were over list price. So there's a lot of homes that if you're wanting to get seller concessions, which takes money off of the table that you need to bring for closing, it's a pretty cool deal. And then the other big thing to consider is, yeah, that's my biggest thing. For sale inventory definitely is going up as well. Let's see if we have, for some reason, they don't have my for sale inventory on here, but whatever. So, okay, I'm just going to leave this stop screen. Okay. Well, thank you to everybody who's taken the time to watch my videos this quarter. I really enjoy getting to bring some of this news to you every day. So if I'm trying to give my final thoughts, a review of first quarter going into second quarter, this is what I know. Quarter one, we saw the peaceful transition of power, which is such a blessing in this country. So we're starting to see some of the impacts. A lot of times in the news, you're going to hear stuff about tariffs, all these other things. So whenever I see any big movements, I'll let you know. But if I just summarize what I'm seeing, we went from rates teetering around 7% going into Trump's inauguration, and now we're right around mid-sixes. So that's a slight little bit better. The big difference, though, that I have seen in quarter one is we're seeing two parts of the market. We're seeing, like, especially in Denver right now, which is one of the markets that I serve, we're seeing either your house is going to, a house that goes on market is going to sit there for forever and it's not going to sell. Or like this last weekend, I had a house that went $50,000 above ask price. So I definitely think it's super important that if you're working with a realtor to really find the one that is going to help you to market your property effectively and price it right. Additionally, on the lending side, working together with whoever your loan officer is, I would love to earn your business. But if whoever you're working with on the lending side, please make sure that you understand what your power is with possibly doing seller concessions. Seller concessions are huge. And watch my last video if you didn't. It's the 6 secrets video. Just because seller concessions is a game changer because it gives you so much more buying power. And one of the states I'm licensed in is in Florida. Closing costs are between 11 to 15 grand. Whereas seller concessions, I'm getting between 10 to 15. I'm seeing 10 to 15,000 that the realtors that I'm working with are successfully getting for their clients. So understanding how that can help, and I can run you through those numbers so that way you are smart about it, because that can be the difference between you being able to get into a house or you having to not make an offer. My biggest thing that I talked about in quarter one was that using your tax return could be great. I know some of you are late bloomers and will still file your taxes in April, so you will be getting that little cash injection potentially in May, which can be huge. Additionally, one of the things to think about is that if you have any ability to get in the market before the major buying season, which starts when everybody gets out of school, there are probably going to be even more deals for you to have because of the fact that there aren't as many buyers. When you get into the summer, we're going to probably be seeing, and this is all a projection, we're probably going to see a little bit more competition coming into, especially the lower price points for entry-level houses where families are looking to move. The luxury houses is a totally different market, but especially for families, think 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom houses in homes within probably one standard deviation of the average sales price in the area are going to probably get more competitive because there are just going to be more buyers starting in June that are looking for houses, even in May. So if there's any way to get things figured out in April so that way you can get in the market before everybody else, I would highly suggest you consider that. But besides that, I'm here every week again here this next year to provide you next quarter to provide you value. I am going to be doing the training on closing costs and the buy downs and points in the next 2 weeks. So if you have any other topics you really want me to hit, I'll just keep my nose to the grindstone and kind of hear a little bit of what the market is going. And when I think I have a topic that is really helpful, I'll bring it to you. But if there's anything specific, please drop it in the comments. and I'd love to address that. Again, if you want to start your buying journey anytime, my link will be in the description, koberex1.flowify.com, and I'd love to help you in your home buying journey. I wish you the best in this buying season, and as always, God bless and have a great day.